Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? I don't know what day it is anymore. Um, Happy Tuesday. We are going to be continuing our. We're going to be continuing our Children's Hospital build today. So last night we left off. We had just put down flooring and wallpaper. So we have not furnished any of it. We've literally just done lights, flooring, wallpaper, doors, windows. Um, yeah, so we're gonna work hard today. So it is day 2 of our Play Life fundraiser. I hope today goes a little bit better. We did not raise any money last night. Our goal is here behind me. Our goal is to raise $500 over the next 7 weeks for the kids at St. Jude. Um, and if you wanted to know, $500 can help provide 2 days of oxygen to a St. Jude patient. So, um, anyways, if you don't know me, I see there are a couple of you in here already. And if you'd like to grab your daily cheese ball, we have a little point redeem down in the bottom. It is 1 channel point, and you are not your daily cheese ball. That is snacks thing. Am I brain dead? I'm brain dead. Where's my coffee? And yes, it is 6 o'clock and I'm drinking coffee. Your daily nutcracker, you can grab that in the channel point redeems at the bottom of your chat. And just keeps track of how many days you've been here. It's really fun. Um, but yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get our Sims up and going here. And our little St. Jude bar on the side. So this is what we have thus far. I kind of actually am not vibing with the fact there's no windows right here, but there's bathrooms right here, and so I'm like, I don't really know. I mean, maybe we could do like this. I like that a little bit better. I think it looks better. But this is what we have so far on the outside. We kind of went with like a... Actually might do this in purple. I think it's gonna... Oh, I didn't mean to fuck up. It's okay. It's okay to be a fuck up sometimes, okay? I probably shouldn't say that. I'm raising money for children. Yeah, I like that a little bit better too. Okay, so this is what we have for the outside so far. We're gonna have like a... This is a door, and we're gonna have like a little helicopter landing pad right here. I actually might expand this even. And do like a little like surgical like storage room back in here, because a lot of like ORs will have like a little storage room where they keep all the extra tools, so we could do something like that. Let's get this. So let's go ahead and look at the inside and kind of go over what the plan was. I'm hoping I remember what the plan was. I'm gonna be so for real. So this entrance is going to be like an ER, and then this is like the main hospital entrance. So we're gonna have like a welcome desk. We're gonna have obviously some like waiting chairs, and then we have 4 ER bays. 1, 2, 3, 4. For people to get checked in at. We're gonna have a little nurses station, and then back here, little ER bathroom for the patients, and then back here is the surgery area. So we're gonna have radiology, like a little surgery recovery area. We'll probably have like 2 or 3 beds in here, just like little private like beds for people for like before surgery, after surgery, whatever. Then we have 3 ORs and a scrub room. We have this long hallway with a staff bathroom. And then back here is going to be like the research lab. This is going to be like the computer area, and then we're gonna have like a library for like the health records, case studies, that kind of thing, medical journals. And then over here is actually the pediatrics office. So this will be the pediatrics office break room. And then this will be the pediatric office, like, lobbies. We'll have, like, a welcome desk and some more, waiting area. And then we have 2 rooms in the pediatric area. And then off of the ER, we're going to have, like, a couch and some vending machines, because I feel like that's pretty normal, like, in an ER to have, like, vending machines, because you could be there waiting forever. And we have 2 bathrooms. So you have a girls and boys bathroom. Very simple. They're going to be pretty big. Probably 3 stalls each. And this is going to be where, like, the main hospital entrance is. There's going to be an info desk. We don't have a gift shop, and honestly, I would love to have one. I just don't know where we're going to put it. I guess, what if we, like, instead of having this be a bathroom, what if this whole room was, like, a little gift shop? And then this is going to be, like, a little kids' toy room, so where, like, the kids would go, like, if their parents are waiting in this main waiting area, there is, like, a little kids' toy area as well. And then this is the cafeteria, obviously, with, a staff kitchen as well. I think that's everything on the first floor. We do need to add a door to here and to the new room back here as well. And then if you go up, we have another little, like, waiting area, and then we'll probably have a kids area again over here. And then we have, again, boy and girl bathrooms, little waiting area. This is going to be like a maintenance closet, and I think we have one down here as well. Yeah, right here. Or is this the maintenance closet? Yeah, maintenance closet. So again, we have a maintenance closet up here, and then this is gonna be like the normal, like, PICU, so like where the children's ICU is. So we're gonna have like the nurses station where, like, you can check in and be able to go into the actual area. Oh, I didn't pick out wallpaper for the grief rooms yet. So these 2 rooms, I don't know, I might actually do, like, brown. These are going to be grief rooms, so there's one in the NICU and one in the PICU, because obviously when you're dealing with children's hospitals, you're dealing with, like, ICUs. Things happen, like, terrible things can happen, and so we are going to have 2 grief rooms in both of those areas. But anyways, you come back here, big hallway. We're going to have a little bit of, like, an area for the kids. Obviously, it's an ICU. Most of the kids that would be in an ICU aren't going to be really well enough to, like, go out and, like, socialize with other kids because, germs and energy levels and being weak. But we will have, like, a little area for them. But we have 4 rooms. We have 3 single rooms and then 1 double room. And then this obviously kind of leads out to the helicopter area, so they could transport them either to the PICU or, if it is a infant, over to the NICU. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Each room has a big bathroom, so we'll have, like, a nice big shower, lots of area in case somebody's in a wheelchair or using a walker or whatever it may be. And then this is going to be the staff room, so we're going to have a little locker room, break room, and then 2, like, little I think one of them's going to be a shower room and one of them's just going to be a normal toilet. And then over here, like I said, is the NICU. So again, little nurses area, grief room, and then this will be like a scrub room because a lot of NICUs have like requirements that you have to like scrub in, because obviously fragile babies are very prone to catching bugs, and it can be very dangerous. So there will be like a little scrub room, and then we have 2 individual NICU suites, and then we'll also have like a bigger NICU suite that has multiple isolates in it. And like I said, this will be the helicopter landing area. And then we have another set of stairs. And this is going to be the normal hospital admissions areas. This is where kids would go that aren't critical, but still need to stay in the hospital. So a lot of times, like if a kid has RSV or the flu, once they're good enough to come out of the PICU, they will be stepped down to like a normal hospital admission room. So this is the normal hospital admissions. So we have like a lot more play space. So there will be another like big kids area with arts and crafts and toys. This is going to be where the nurse's desk is. Hence why there's a door, even though this is open, because there will be a desk here. And then again, another boys and girls bathroom. There will be like some waiting area for parents and family as well. There is not a grief room on this floor, just because of the fact that like these kids are in better condition. Maybe they have to stay for a procedure or something, but they're relatively in good health. And then again, we have... I did not put doors to these rooms. We have 1 double room, and then we have 2 single rooms. And then this is going to be another staff area, and this is going to be kind of a parents area. So there will, again, be some, like, vending machines, maybe a coffee bar. Just a little place for parents to be able to, like, come and step out of their kid's room if they need to, because obviously, I mean, I can't speak from experience, but I am assuming that it can be pretty stressful to, have a child in the hospital. So we have that, and then where... I think they were both on the first floor, right? That we expanded. We'll have these 2. Maybe these are like 2 higher level like operating rooms, and maybe this one's like a simpler procedure room, so that way like they don't have access to like the big gun supply closet because they don't need it. And we will get a nice pretty door. Actually, I think I might use... Didn't we use one of these doors already? I could have sworn we used the new door from the new pack. The only thing that I do kind of wish we had is some sort of pharmacy, because that is another thing that is very common, and I'm wondering if we could maybe squeeze one up on the 3rd floor, because we do have a lot more space up here. This is another staff room. I don't remember if I said that or not, but I'm thinking maybe we could squeeze one up here. Like, I'm wondering if we could, like... do, like, a little pharmacy up here. And then if we're gonna do a pharmacy, I would like to make it a different color, just because obviously like the pharmacy isn't gonna be as bright and colorful. It's a little bit less exciting, but I'm like wondering if we could do like something like this, make it a different color, and then have some sort of pharmacy window. We could make one with a half wall. There. Beautiful. Speaking of pharmacy, I don't know why did I say speaking of pharmacy. My lover boy. I had to text him back. But again, there will be like a nurse's desk here to like check in. Actually, honestly, it might even be worth it to honestly drag this wall over. I feel like that would make more sense because the pharmacy needs to be rather large. There we go. I know. You cannot just grab that trim. That is annoying. Then we'll have like the little check-in desk here. And maybe a couple of chairs, and then like kids play area. An art area. And then speaking of, we should probably make this tile, because obviously pharmacy, things can get spilled. Probably don't just want chemicals and things just spilling on carpet. That sounds not cool. But yeah, that is kind of where we're at. So I think what I want to do is, now that we've made some changes, first save, because EA and myself have beef. For some reason, the game likes to crash when I'm making important builds, like my first build to play live, right? Like, okay, so I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to start just on the outside with the helicopter landing pad. We have not picked out a roof yet. I'm thinking maybe just this. I mean, it's not super bright and colorful, but I feel like it gives roof energy. And honestly, I might do like some sort of room with a ladder and then like roof access. So we can have like HVAC stuff up here, like a hospital normally would. And I think if I'm gonna do that, I'm actually gonna use this maintenance closet. And so let me grab a ladder real quick and shove it in the maintenance closet so we can kind of see what we're working with, right? There. Oh, why is that not rooming? Why are you not rooming? There. Make a room. I could do like maybe the blue. And then we can just put that, and there we go. And I'm thinking just a nice little like rooftop door. I don't know exactly what I want to use yet. So it'll just kind of depend on what strikes us as like what looks like a rooftop door. Honestly, I'm thinking one with a warning on it. Where's the Strangerville one? Except big brain moment, I can't see anything because I'm not wearing my glasses. So I'm like, where's the Strangerville one? Oh. But like the really grungy one with like warnings, yeah. And have the warnings be on the inside, so it's like, if you've gotten this far, don't. like, just don't. And I think I'm gonna make this really grungy up here, honestly. I think I'm gonna do, like, some wood paneling. Maybe we can use that same tile, though. Where is it? I can't remember what it is, if it's considered tile or... But we can still have, like, a broom in this closet or something, but it's just, like, a smaller, like, maintenance housekeeping closet. The other thing is we do have a basement. We have a morgue, and we have a billing area, and then we also have, this is gonna be, like, laundry and a storage room, so we're gonna have, like, a couple laundry machines, and we'll have, like, a cage. Sorry. I have restless leg syndrome. I have dysautonomia and dysautonomia, whatever you want to call it. And yeah. But I think, where's the werewolf fence? Yeah, right here. Yeah, we can just get, like, a little cage situation. And... the only problem is that... yeah, it doesn't like to slot if you have... There we go. So we'll have, like, a storage cage for, like, old medical equipment, maybe, like, an old bed, and then we'll just have some, like, laundry for the housekeepers. There we go. Okay, I think that's all the, like, major adjustments I want to make. We got our pharmacy, we got a gift shop, we got an area to put the laundry. I think that's kind of all we need as far as, like, exterior and interior, like, walls and stuff. So now we can focus on our boy helicopter landing pad. So I'm thinking I want to use the circular rug. It's the base game one. Of course, my lower back has to itch. In red, and I think I'm just going to size it up twice and then kind of center it so it's a nice, big, bright red thing. And then let me do this. Honestly, I was hoping that would look a little bit cleaner, but it really doesn't. What I need is, like, something from Debug, honestly. Here's all our medical clinic items that we're gonna need. Maybe in decor. But I need some sort of, like, flat, really flat plank. I guess I could use, you know what, we could use just a fence. There. Helicopter. Helicopter landing pad. Please land here. Very simple, easy to do. Okay, so I think we should just go inside and maybe start with the basement and just work our way up. Like, I feel like that makes the most sense. So this is a bathroom. This is for the staff that work in the billing department. And I guess anybody that comes in to the billing department that needs to use the bathroom. Oh, this is where we use the door at. I was like, I swear we used this door somewhere. It was in the billing department. So we need toilets. Would it be wild of me to use the jail toilets from Get to Work? Would that be absolutely feral? Or is that okay? Like, do we think that that could maybe be okay? Like, I don't know if that's okay or not. The jail toilet is kind of wild. And you know, we can have one of these, like, in here. Let's see. We need the Get to Work. Yeah, we need this guy, and we need... Oh, that went to the... Where'd it go? Oh, I was like, where the heck did that end up? We need this guy. And then we do need a mirror. So let's get a nice little mirror. Just very simple. Mirror down here. We'll get that up there. We'll move this guy a little bit closer. Put it in white so it matches. And then we'll get a little trash can. Now, this bathroom probably won't have, like, a bunch of... Like, we'll probably put plants in a lot of the upstairs bathrooms, but this is a basement. This bathroom's really only getting seen by, you know, staff, so... I honestly... Is it fair? I mean, it makes sense for this one to be in the basement, right? Like, that makes sense. We could probably use nicer ones upstairs, but I feel like for the basement, this is fine. I can't remember what this was going to be. We're going to put something down here. Maybe another vending machine or something. I can't remember. That's the big problem, is that I did this yesterday. I built this yesterday and didn't furnish it yesterday, so I kind of forgot what everything is and what's supposed to go where. So that's fun. Maybe we could do, like, a little plant down here. And then I do want to have, like, some sort of waiting thing down here. We could just do, like, the Get to Work couch. But honestly, we're probably going to use these upstairs. So I'm like, should we do something different down here since it's the billing department? And, like, maybe the staff picked out a couch for down here or something. I'm not sure. But I would think it would be, like, an older... I think it would still be an older type of couch. Or maybe, like, something like this. Honestly. Like, the gray kind of matches the gray on the floor. And then I'm thinking we could have 2 desks. I'm not sure what desks we want to use yet. Also, the reception desk, that'll go upstairs. What do we want? Honestly, I kind of am vibing with this for down here. And then we can just have... like, these Get to Work chairs. I like that we get to use stuff that we don't normally use, because we're using a lot of stuff from, like, debug and, like, the locked stuff. And then as far as these computers, I'm honestly thinking about going, like, the super old computer route. Like, the billing department has the oldest computers. Probably do the same thing up in the pharmacy. Like, super old, outdated computers. But I think it'll be really good. And then, can we get some... sort of, like, filing cabinets? Yeah, can we get a couple of filing cabinets down here? Or, like, a lot of filing cabinets, honestly, because obviously, This is a hospital. There's going to be a lot of records, right? Lots of billing records, lots of hospital records. So we'll keep all those down here, and then maybe we'll put like something up above here. And I'm thinking of like things to put on their desks. Like, who do we want these two billing people to be? Like, I honestly think I want to have this one be like an ex-veteran, like fisherman, maybe, or not ex-veteran, I guess he'd just be a veteran, but like a veteran that like, you know, for some reason or another couldn't, like, stay in the military, had to have a sit-down job, became a biller, in the hospital basement. Just has a couple of bits and bobs. So we can have, like, the swordfish on the wall. We can... you know, get a bunch of stuff. If you couldn't tell, I'm mentally, broken. I am exhausted. Like, actually exhausted. I don't know if I've ever been this tired in my life. Ooh, the sturgeon is actually cooler than the swordfish. Let's do a sturgeon. Oh, what if we have, like, the business sign down here? And, like, it tells, like, the hours. Anything else notable? I think, like, some kids decor, because I do want him to be, like, a family man, so I'm like, some kids decor would be kind of cool. That's hilarious. I think there's some more kids decor and clutter that we could use. Like, art projects and stuff. I guess we could just do one of these. We could, like... but, like, maybe this is a family picture. Obviously, it's an apple. I'm aware it's an apple. But, like, maybe he has a picture of his two kids. And... I mean, this is kind of like an army man nutcracker. So maybe, like, his coworker got it for him. Or something. I don't know. I literally don't know. And I think this one I want to have be like a traveler, so we'll have a couple of different little things, and we'll have like the postcards. Yeah. Oh, here we go. I don't know why I didn't just do this. Maybe he wears glasses. Let's see. Anything else that, like, strikes me as something I want to have? Maybe they each have a phone on their desk. Maybe she stays very perfumed. I guess we could come in here. Oh, what if we got him a couple of the, but they don't hang up on the wall. That's my only thing, is I wish they hung up on the wall, because then we could just have them, like, hanging. Did the postcards hang up? Because that would be really epic, actually. Okay. They do. So we'll have Riverview. We'll have Sunset Valley. We'll have Bridgeport. We can have Lucky Palms. 5 is plenty, for now at least. I mean, we can definitely have more if we need to fill up more space, but we need to find the actual cork board before we can do any of that even. So, actually, I think if I remember right, it's an activities and skills, isn't it? There. Got a couple postcards. And we'll put some decor up on her desk. And then anything else? Maybe he has like a candy bowl. A candy bowl, size it down maybe, would be so cute. Like if people bring their kids down to the building department, he like gives them candy. Maybe she has a baby, and that's why she went from traveling to, like... working in the billing department. I guess maybe not the birth certificate, maybe the... I was like, the birth certificate might actually be a little crazy. Yeah, just display your child's identity on the fucking walls. And then maybe they each have, like, a little... a little doodad. Let's see. Anything else that, like, strikes me? Yeah, then we definitely need to put something back here, but I don't know really what to put back here because, like... like, what information do you really need? You know what I'm saying? Like... it's the billing department. I guess we could have, like, rules that, like, say, like, please no harassing our billing people. Like... like, what else are you supposed to put? Like, I don't know if I really want to put, like, a whole menu. Obviously, it wouldn't be a real menu, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that's what I necessarily want. I guess we could have maybe this be the rules. And we could do, like, the hospital logo. And speaking of the hospital logo, we should put the hospital logo on the outside of the building, too. Yeah, I don't know if I like it in the gold. I kind of want it in the white. I mean, it's fine in the gold downstairs because, like, it kind of matches the brown tone, but yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix the desks. And that's his babies. I gotta scoot everybody down a little bit. There. Look at that. Isn't that such like a precious like life story? Like he's a veteran and he was too injured to work like a standing job, so he became a biller at the hospital, and that's so cute. Okay, we'll just have like a couple of little things. Again, I put it all too close to the edge. There. I like that. I think it adds like some character down here to like actually have like a story for these people. And like I said, I do want to add some laundry. So if we could get just the stacked laundry down here, that would be great. We'll just have like 2 and then maybe like some sort of sink in case they have to spray off stuff that, is a little bit gross. Because that can happen in a hospital setting. Maybe a stainless steel trash can. And can we actually steal this guy? And this guy. And this is obviously the electrical panel. Obviously a hospital would have a way bigger one, but we don't really have a bigger one, so we're just gonna deal with what we got. And then since we need medical clinic items, we'll just put like an old bed down here. Maybe this is like the old cradles they used to have. Maybe a spare pole. And then surfaces, I do want to use this shelf. And then just go into decorations. I think it's in miscellaneous, like all like the boxes of stuff. We can have like this box of stuff. We can have maybe this is the old board for the cafeteria. Let's see, anything else that strikes us as useful? Maybe it's like a fundraising banner. You have like some crates. Anything else? Anything else? Maybe this. I don't like how it like shadows like that. Oh, here's some like oxygen tanks. That could be like a good thing to store down here. Where it's like cold and dark and so they're not gonna explode. And then we could have like maybe like a studio cart. We could have the holiday decorations. this is like a box of things that, like, sheets and stuff that can get donated. I don't think there's much else really to put down in here that I can think of. Or at least not that, like, strikes me as, like, something that needs to be down here. Just be sure. Like, we already have, like, a cart, so we really don't need any more of those. You could do, like, maybe another gas can. I guess we could have a water heater down here. Assuming this is the non-functional one, okay. I was like, please don't be the functional one. I don't want people to download this and then have to have issues with the water in their hospitals when they're playing as a doctor. I will say that I honestly probably wouldn't suggest using this hospital, like, in-game. Like, if you're gonna play the career, I guess maybe if you were gonna use it just to have babies at. But, I am getting really, like, restless leggy right now, and it kind of hurts. But yeah, honestly, I wouldn't use, I wouldn't use this for anything other than, like, having babies, just because it is gonna be like way too big. Like, if you think about, like, the size the normal hospital is, it is one floor and it's not even this big. This hospital is 4 floors, 5 if you include the fact the roof is accessible. And yeah, I just fear that it'll be too much for most people's games, and, like, trying to do the hospital career, because, like, your sim is gonna have to wander all over, especially, I guess, realistically, most of what you need for the career is gonna be on the first floor, so you could use it, but it is gonna make your game lag, probably, and I am not 100% playtesting everything, because I don't think she'll be able to playtest everything, because she's just a pregnant sim in labor. But I will try my best. I am going to try my best to make it functional, so if you did want to use it for, like, the doctor career, you could. Like I said, I probably wouldn't suggest it, but if you want to try, you can try, and you can let me know. This probably won't be uploaded till later this week, just because this is going to be a like, we're already an hour in, and we're still working on the basement, so this is going to take me a while to build. Not gonna lie. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is, so we are building a morgue, which sounds really morbid. Okay, it does sound really morbid. I am aware of how morbid this is, but, like, I wanted it to be real, okay? I wanted a real hospital. I'm trying to find something that would look good as, like, so if you don't know how morgues look, they normally have, like, an examination table, obviously an area for medical instrument storage, and then also, like, hand washing, but they also have cold body storage for all the bodies that have already been taken care of. Only problem, obviously we don't really have that in game, so I kind of have to make that myself, and I'm not entirely sure what to use to replicate that. Obviously this is a children's hospital. They probably don't need to be as big, but I don't think this is big enough. I think maybe if I could figure out a way like with a wall to double them up. But even then, I honestly would prefer if they were like 1.5. Yeah, and they're not gonna fit perfectly. Like, I kind of wish they were like 1.5 tiles. Because I feel like that, like, size-wise is the most accurate. But it's not really striking me at the moment. What if we did them horizontal? What if we did them horizontal? Like, where the body slid out this way, like laying horizontal to you when they come out instead of feet first or head first. It depends on the hospital, I guess, and the morgue, but like instead of going in one end, they like, I don't know. I feel like maybe that's like our best bet. And then I was thinking we could do the little like hand washing station. And I think the automatic one makes the most sense. That is not what I wanted. But I don't really like that one. Do I like this one any better? I like that one a little bit better. We can have like little hand washing station. Obviously they can keep their medical supplies in here, and then we can have the lights and like the examination bed right here. Now, normally it's like a big metal table, so I'm hoping I can find a table that kind of makes sense in that capacity that's like metal. We have a lot of wood tables, we have a lot of like clear tables, but I'm not sure if we have anything crazy metal. This could work. I don't like the way the legs are necessarily. But I'm not opposed to using that one if I have to. We do have one that is clear, and if I could find something to like put on top of it to make it look not clear, that could work. Again, I think the major issue here is that we don't really just have a metal table. Like, they're like all wood, or they have like clear tops, and I want like just a full metal, and I don't know if we really even have it in here. Because I was like, what if we have something in here that could work? But I honestly don't think that, like, I don't think that this is gonna work. I feel like marble is a little crazy insane for a medical exam table. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think this is like a little crazy to be like, oh yeah, we have just a marble table? I think the clear one is our best bet, and I'm thinking we just do it like right here. We can get a nice big, like, we can also get the surgical light that is in the medical clinic items, but we can also have an overhead light as well. Because obviously you want it to be very bright. If you're gonna have like somebody on your table, you're doing an autopsy, you're gonna want it bright. you don't want to take any chances with, especially at a children's hospital. Like, you're doing an autopsy on somebody's baby. Like, that would be kind of insane if something happened. I feel like this light is a strong contender. But I'd honestly like one that hangs down a little bit more. Like, a lot of the lights that are going to work for this are made for short wall height. We have tall wall height or medium, not tall, sorry. And we just don't really have a lot that, like, is made for medium wall height A. We don't have a lot of medium wall height ones anyways. But I guess this could work, and maybe it's, like, on, like, a moving thing, so you can... like, move it up and down, so, like, maybe, like, over here we can have a light switch, and, like, that makes it move up and down. Okay, and then I did say I wanted vending machines. I think they're in the activities, aren't they? No? I mean, I'm sure they're in the appliances, too, but I was hoping that they were just gonna be chilling. Oh, here we go. Festival of Light, Festival of Youth, Festival of Snow. That's the vet one. Okay, we have Hot Eats. I feel like this one has stuff. These both. And I kind of want to do this one because it's a little bit brighter, a little bit more fun. And I feel like that makes sense for a hospital. And we can just have it, like, backed up against there, and we can have, like, a little trash can in the corner. Good, good, good. Okay, and then we do need some medical tools. Thankfully, I think we got some with cats and dogs. Maybe also get to work. But I know for sure we have some stuff in cats and dogs that'll work for us, so. We don't have a lab. Ooh. So what if, since we have a break room in here, what if this is a lab instead of, like... Because it's connected to the pediatric office and the hospital. What if we have, like, a little lab in here instead of an extra break room, since we already have one on that floor? I feel like that will make a good amount of sense. Okay, so we just have a couple of little guys, and then I think we probably need some more of that soap and the drying thing as well. I say drying thing. The paper towels. There. Very basic little area, and then is there another cart we could use? I would love to have a cart for, like, the medical tools, but I don't... I guess the one from high school years could work if we put some, like, medical instruments on it. I don't know where it's at. I don't know if it's in here, if it's in something else. But I know it's from high school years. Actually, I think there's one from Nifty Knitting, too, but I think it comes with stuff already on it. I think the high school years one is blank. Or it's not, I guess it's not blank, but the top of it's blank, and that kind of, I think... get to work, and can we find anything surgical? Any type of... Yeah, look at that. Medical instruments. That's exactly what I wanted. Beautiful. Look at that. It's kind of sad because it's a morgue, but like, look at that. I was hoping we could find some sort of wall sign to put up that was like, this is where this is. Maybe we should put one of these suckers. And this room has a fire sprinkler. Hello! Thank you for the follow, Andin. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely day. We are just working on this giant hospital, this giant children's hospital, for our Play Live fundraiser. So, we are raising money for St. Jude. We have a $500 goal. As you can kind of see, on the other side of the screen there, we have raised $0, but it's only day 2. So not getting too discouraged, but we have a giant hospital to work on. So we are currently starting in the basement, working our way up. Ooh, we could use this up here for the research library. I'm trying to think of like... Okay, maybe like that points to the exit. I want a sign. Oh, we probably need lots of cameras, because this is a hospital. This is the billing room, too, which is where the money is kept. So, probably have one of those. Have one in here. Have one in here. And then, of course, have one in the morgue, because... you know, gotta protect the bodies of everybody. Let's see. Maybe instead of this sign, we have this sign, and this has, like, the names of the people and the hours, and I feel like that would be something that would be down here. But I think that's pretty good. So now we can move up to the first floor, which is the biggest floor, and I am a little bit nervous about this, because like I said, this is huge. So we have an ER. We have 4 ER, like, rooms. We have a radiology room where, like, the x-ray machines will go. And then we have a surgery recovery room, 3 surgical suites, a storage room for surgical supplies, a scrub room. This is all staff area back here. We have 2 bathrooms. We have a little hallway. We have the main entrance. We have a toy room. We have a cafeteria with a kitchen. We have a pediatric office. It's a very big hospital, and so I'm a little bit nervous, like I said, about doing all of this, because this is going to take ages, and we're already an hour and 15 minutes in, and it took us an hour and 15 minutes just to do the basement. So pray for us. So I think first thing, we want this logo, because this is going to be the hospital logo. Can we actually get a double door? Not Dumbledore, double door. Interesting. Anyways, So this is going to be like the hospital logo. So you're going to see this obviously in quite a few places in the hospital. We have one in the basement, in the billing area, and we also have one on the outside of the building as well. I do still need to get something for the ER, and I'm thinking, ooh, can we put this down in his office real quick, please? This is so cute. So the kind of story behind this guy is that, like, he is a disabled veteran, so since he couldn't do, like, a standing job anymore, he got a job doing billing, and then the other person is, like, a woman who does a lot of traveling and just had a baby, so she has, like, one of the baby handprints on her wall. She has this on her wall. Okay, so now we need a hospital reception desk. So can we get one of those? Does it come in different colors? It does. Which one do we think? I kind of like this one. Though unfortunately I have no clue what matches. Because I'm assuming... Oh, we do have... Oh. Well, that makes a lot more sense now. Okay, so here's our little entrance. So this is where you would come in and you'd be like, hey, my kid is dying. Take my kid. That's actually horrible. Anyways, let's go ahead and do some stuff in here. So I think we're just gonna do some bright, maybe these love seats in like some bright colors. We could do like orange. Maybe we could do something different right here. Maybe we could do like the teal chairs. I'm trying to figure out how to do this in, like, the best way. I'm like, should we maybe put the wall sign up here and then do... But then this one doesn't have any windows, and that feels wrong. There. Now we have windows. Like, should we do this here instead? Because this might work a little bit better. Okay, so we have some couches, we have some chairs for kids. I guess we could do 2 more chairs over here instead of couches. Okay, so 4 chairs, 4 couches. Beautiful. So this is where you bring your ER cases. And then we are going to do a little nurse's station. So I think, and this might honestly break your game, I'm not entirely sure. But I think I'm going to do another reception desk back here for the nurse's station. Then I'm also going to do another, I forgot that it can't be cloned. I'm going to do another reception desk up here for the hospital, like, main reception desk. Which is kind of insane that there's this many reception desks. And like I said, it might honestly break your game, because I don't know if Sims will know which desk to default to. So they might end up, like, in the completely wrong area, but that's okay. And then I am going to do the same desks we used in the basement, in, like, the nurses' stations upstairs. So, like, we have this one. We have this one. And then we also have this one. Beautiful. And then since we have a couple of staff rooms as well, we can... we might actually do different ones in the staff rooms. But then these will be like check-in computers. They'll be a little bit newer, but not quite as nice as they could be. We're just going to do like super basic. Computers. And this one will have a fun chair just because it's a little bit more colorful, but obviously the ICUs are going to be a little bit more dreary, kind of solemn. We're going to continue with kind of the drearier vibe in the ICUs. Anyways, so this is going to be the little nurse's station. This is where they're going to bring in, like, emergent patients, and we can maybe have this one be, like, the super emergent. Maybe we can even give it a different floor. This is where, like, the ambulance patients come in. So, like, the super critical ones, I might actually even make it bigger. So this will be, like, critical care, and then these will be, like, regular ER rooms for the people that walk in. Because then we can have some storage in the back for, like, medical tools, intubation stuff. Pretty simple at the end of the day, but definitely not your normal, like, super chill ER room. Like, this will be, like, the critical care room. So, of course, we'll go into medical clinic, and then we will... Ooh, is this, like, purple? Ooh, the purple could be so fun. I don't know if it's, like, appropriate, considering, like, maybe we should do something a little bit more basic in the critical care room. We can have, like, the critical care. Maybe we can have it turned a little bit. We can have like a surgical light, because obviously if you're in critical care, you're probably going to need some extra light. And then we can have a similar... storage situation, and a similar thing to the sorry, brain is not braining, to the morgue. We can have the same like hand washing station built up here. Oh, we didn't even need the extra one. I was like, why is it shorter than the rest? It's not. I just didn't do it right. Okay, and then can we steal the stuff from down here? Okay, and we'll have those over here, and we'll just have a little trash can. Probably do stainless steel in here as well, just because obviously you want something that's... Plastic can hold bacteria a little bit better than stainless steel can, so maybe stainless steel, since we're dealing with critical patients in here. And then thinking again with the surgical tray. Can I copy that? It might be debug. I can. Epic. Thank you, Sims team. I love you, Sims team. Make me an EA creator. Make me an EA creator, please. Okay, so we need some sort of storage back here. I'm honestly thinking just these. But maybe sized up, like we did downstairs. And that's gonna hold like all of the stuff that you need there. And then decorations, let's go ahead and filter by get to work. We can have like the x-ray thing up in here, since again this is critical care, so they'd be like, oh, you have a broken arm, cool. This is what I wanted for the ER exterior. The only issue being that I would like it to not be... It's off center. Oh, of course it's gonna be a pain in my behind to put this the way I want it. So I'm like, do I just... I don't know. Like, do I just leave it like that, or do I try to finagle it a little bit more? Oh, there we go. That's perfect. Okay, so there's the ER. Obviously, this is the ambulance bay. And I think I just want to do, like, one of the parking signs out here. I don't know what they fall under. I think they fall under sculptures. We'll put some sort of sign out here that's like no cars. Obviously, it's no peeping, which is kind of a strange sign. If we could find one that's not that, that would be kind of epic. But you know, like a no cars sign, like this is ambulance only. Maybe we just do the no peeping. Maybe it's like no trespassers. Like, you can't come back here. You're not cool enough to come back here. And then we can have 2 flags. Maybe one's like their state flag, and then one's like the whatever country the Sims 4 is flag. It's a bunch of different countries. That's the issue. It's not just one country, but we can have like 2 flags out here. Okay, beautiful. Back to work on the first floor. Okay, so we got the critical care room pretty much done. I don't think there's really much more we need to do in there. I guess we could do the IV pole. I don't want it to block the bed, though, because I do want this bed to be functional in everybody's game. So that way, like I said, if you do want to use it in, like, your hospital, you can. But yeah. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and do the purple beds in the other rooms, since these are going to be a little bit more fun, just a little bit happier. They're not going to be as serious, not critical care, like, very simple, a lot less storage, that's for sure. Like, this is solely just gonna be for, like, your normal ER visit. Beautiful. Doop. Soap. 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 Lots of soap. And we can just do these back in these back corners. And some trash cans. These ones can probably be a little less sterile, because these ones can be plastic, because these ones don't have to be, like, crazy sterile, because this is just a normal ER bay. Like, you're not in critical condition, you maybe just have a tummy ache, and bada bing, bada boom, they take care of you. That's kind of how that works. I'm thinking maybe vision charts. Because that's an important thing to check for. Oh, and then could we, like, get some of these? One in the critical care room, maybe one outside the critical care room, too. Like a wee woo, this person's frickin' dying kind of situation. Probably put a couple in each staff, put one in each staff room, because that's gonna be a big... Okay, there we go. Oh, maybe, you know what? What if we had this one be for, like, infants? Because we do need to have one for... I mean, obviously, in the game, you don't need one for infants, but, you know, what if we had an ER suite specifically for, you know, babies? And we can have some sort of chair for the parents. Let's see what we can find. Because the ER, you don't need as, like, fancy as a chair of what we're going to put upstairs. Like, we don't need a chair that looks like it's going to fold out. We just need a very standard, basic chair. Because the ER, again, you're not going to be staying here for more than a couple hours. So, it doesn't need to, like, fold out into a bed or anything. It just needs to be a chair. I'm honestly thinking maybe just something like this. But we can go ahead and still do some IV fluids in these rooms. Which I guess we wouldn't need an eye chart in this one if it's for a baby, because how are you going to test a baby's vision with an eye chart? They can't tell you what they see. Okay, we'll do lights. Did we put a light in this one? We did not. Okay, put a light in here. Motion activated, and then these lights would just always be on, so they're not going to be motion activated, obviously, because there's always going to be someone at the nurse's station. There's always going to be people walking, you know, through here, so I'm not too worried about that one specifically. But I think that's pretty good. Maybe we could do some, like... Ooh. What if we did... Where'd it just go? Where'd it just go? Give it back right now. What if we had some art? Like, we could do this one, and then there's also another one. It's got, like, the pictures hanging from it. Come on. Maybe we have, like, one of these back here, too. Ugh, I can't find it. Is it in kid decorations? Probably, which is exactly what I wanted, because I want to put a couple of, like, wall pieces in there, so that way it looks like, you know, kids' ER rooms. I don't know where it's at. What the frick? And I don't know exactly what pack it's from. I think it's from kids' room. But it might also be from Parenthood. It's from Parenthood. This is what I wanted. I wanted, like, something like at the nurse's station, like the nurses like have some of the kids' artwork hung up. There. And then they can have the cutesy little calendar back here so they can keep track of like who needs meds when. Like maybe this is like morning, after, like morning, lunch, dinner, night, like. And then they have like some more patient photos and things like hung up. I feel like that's really cute. Okay, and then this is going to set the precedent for the rest of the bathrooms up here, so this is important. I think I kind of want to use this one from Snowy Escape. I feel like it makes a lot of sense because it has like the buttons. Obviously, I think these are supposed to be like bidet buttons, but I think they'd be really useful for like somebody who couldn't like flush a toilet by hand, and like the toilet button is a button, so like you can use your whole hand for it, you can use your foot. It'd be a little bit easier than like flushing an actual flusher. And I think we could just use the same guy up here. And we'll do a little bathroom trash moment, and we'll do, of course, a soap as well. I know this is supposed to be actually hand sanitizer, but we're going to use it as soap. And then we'll do, of course, a toilet paper. And like I said, a little trash can up in here. I honestly think I'm just going to do the one from Get to Work itself with the trash bag in it. That's a cute little bathroom. And then we can just, again, copy this over for, this is the staff bathroom. Back in, like, the surgical unit. So, like, if you, for some reason, have to, obviously, like, the main surgeon can't really walk away during surgery. But, like, if one of the nurses has to go to the bathroom or in between surgeries or whatever, they can just easily sneak over here. And do their business without too much of a fuss. Because it's like right across from the scrub room. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. So this is going to just be like a little surgery, like pre-op / also maybe recovery room. I'm not entirely sure. If it'll, like, if it would be both or if it would just be one or the other, but the kind of idea is that, like, there's gonna be a couple beds in here, and this would be where they take you, you know, straight from the ER if you need surgery, or they could bring you down from the ICU if you needed surgery, and you would just hang out in here before and after, so they can keep a closer eye on you. So I think I'm just gonna use a couple of these beds. I think I'm going to use maybe just 2. Is there anything colorful? I would really enjoy if we had like something colorful, but I guess white is probably the best in this scenario. And then we can use maybe the same chairs. This could be like for the parents. And then do we have... I know we have like the really tall curtain that like hangs from high school years, and I think that would be a really good like divider. Or oh, is it City Living? I swear, did we get one with high school years too, or am I tripping? I think I might be tripping. Interesting. I guess we could do something like this, but I want something that's going to be a little bit more full coverage. But I don't think we should do wood, because again, sanitary reasons, you want to keep it really, really sanitary. So I think we're just going to do some, like, plastic curtains. I guess we could do the medium wall height. I forgot we are in a medium wall height space. Okay, so we just have a little chair and a little recovery bed for 2 people and their parent. And I think I am gonna give this one a little bit more privacy, just because of the fact that, like, you have to walk past them to get to this one, so it would be kind of weird to just have people walking past you constantly. There we go. Just a little bit of privacy, because, you know, gotta respect privacy. He's typing. And then this, again, is just like a little hand washing area for any providers or anything that need it. I have to go let him in, so we are going to just hang out for 2 seconds. I'm gonna wear my headset, and I am going... Well, I guess, actually, we're getting pretty close to ending stream, so why don't we just go ahead and end stream in a second. But let me go let him in real quick, and then we can wrap up this part of the build. This is gonna take us so long to do. Okay. Let's see who is streaming. But yeah, we did a pretty good job today. I feel like we got a good amount done. We got the ER done. We got the surgery suite done. And we got the basement done. So tomorrow we will hopefully finish up the downstairs, and then we might have to spend Friday, our 4-hour slot on Friday, finishing the last 2 floors and the roof. But let's see, I think Jen is streaming right now, and that would be a really fun one. So let me go ahead and exit and save. But let's go ahead and type that in. Can we type that in real quick? So we're gonna go raid our friend Jen. Jen is someone we play Among Us with. Or I guess we cannot raid Jen. We do not have enough people. That's unfortunate. Trade Steve the Weeb. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and raid Steve. Steve is one of the friends we play Among Us with on Wednesdays. We'll be playing with him next week. Obviously, tomorrow we are still working on the hospital build because that is going to take us ages and ages. But anyways, what is Steve doing actually? I have no clue. Steve is on day 15 of his subathon. So let's go say hi. Thank you guys for hanging out and sticking it out with me on day 2 of 7 weeks of fundraising for St. Jude. Thank you guys so much for being here. It helps just having you here, following, interacting with the stream, and pushing me to other people's pages to grow our community and grow our fundraising efforts for St. Jude. But thank you again so much. I'm going to go have the rest of my night to eat and relax because I worked all day and then came home and did this. But again, thank you guys so much. I will see you next time. Have fun with our friend Steve. Bye, guys.